For a couple months, I've been planning this layout that I hope to put together on a simple desk that I was able to repurpose from work. It's not a large area that I have to work with, but definitely enough for me to design in N scale, which is one of the smaller scales for hobbyists. I could design quite a big city, actually. I've been looking at some pictures that I found on Flickr, and some people have come up with amazing designs, amazing cities, and some of them are just quite simply taking some kits like this right here, pulling them together, and coming up with amazing cities like this. If you can look carefully, you can see how it's just a few kit bashed together and made into this beautiful, tall office building, or something you would find in a city like New York City, or even downtown Lancaster, where I live right now. Some amazing ideas, some amazing inspirations. I've been pulling most of my thoughts from Flickr, actually. I've noticed that if you just type in N-scale skyscraper, you can find some amazing collections that many guys have really put a lot of hours into. Some amazing efforts here to make these beautiful, beautiful N-scale cities and worlds. So that's the first thing I really wanted to show you, because I've been so impressed with the work I've seen on Flickr that it's really just worth sharing with you guys. The next thing I did was I took some of those ideas and I went onto eBay, because I wanted to get an idea of what kind of costs are available. If you wish, you can actually look at my collection, A.W. Whalen 1075. Just go there. I have a collection called City Tram. I've taken people who've already gone ahead of me, who've been selling these things for some time, and I just wanted to kind of put it together, figure out what some of the pricing would be, and what it would cost to do the trolleys, what it would cost, to do some of these beautiful office buildings that different modelers have had. My favorite model site to go to is actually Plaza Japan. And you can just easily find Plaza Japan. I got the majority of my supplies from Plaza Japan. Based in Osaka, really simply put, the majority of the things that I need, like the track and the trams, are not available in the U.S. You have to buy them from overseas. Very few distributors in the U.S. carry it, and the selection isn't easy to get to. So I just went straight to Japan, combined my shipping, and I was able to get everything in about 3 weeks. But as you can see as I scroll down, here's an example of a Walter structure. Now this you can actually find in hobby stores in the US. You can find it locally, you can find it even online. But these are the kind of kits where you take a 5-story building, put a few together, and next thing you know, you have a beautiful tower. Or if you want to keep it more simple, like a downtown bookstore or a little bit of a collection, you can do that. Here's another building that I plan on purchasing in the future. This is actually a furniture factory. But what I found you can do with this is you can take the kit, and you see how the train right there runs through the bottom? I plan on running my tram through the bottom of that, making it into some kind of retail hub where people would love to have a store where the tram would drop off potential customers right there, and then loft buildings up on the top floors so people can actually live and work and have a great downtown location. So kind of the city I would love to live in is what my goal is for this. As you can see, there are many more on my collection that you can kind of scroll through, get some ideas. A parking tower, much like you would find in Lancaster. Many of the old buildings like you would find in Lancaster. All of these are available online. You can purchase them. You can do whatever you want. One of my favorites actually is a building from Tomix. You can take off the top level. The roof just pops right off, and you can stack a whole bunch of these on top, and you can make very tall 35-story office towers with very little effort. The biggest thing is trying to figure out how you can light the inside and maybe put some characters in there, some office scenes, make it interesting so when people get close to your buildings, it's not just glass, but there's real life going inside of it like you would have in a real city. And another one of my favorite buildings I wish to show you is this Art Deco train station right here. You can actually purchase it from a dealer in England. It's modeled by Graham Farish. It's an amazing collection of different Art Deco train station buildings. At the center of my town, I'm going to have access from the tram through the station. Just walk down a couple steps, and there you have it. You'll have the high-speed train that you can take out to the countryside. So a lot of great ideas that I'm hoping to put together for my train layout. I've been brainstorming, bringing them all together. I am looking very specifically for one more thing on my collection. It's, there it is. Look. These buildings are card buildings from Metcalf. And they're wonderful terraced homes, just like you would see in Lancaster City. Obviously, England has the same styles from about 100 years ago, combining the old with the new. Modern office towers and buildings, just like the home I live in, actually, will have existing on the same tram layout. So really exciting. Great to see what's available online. I can't wait to start working on the buildings. But right now, I'm going to show you a little bit about the tracks that I came up with. I went to a website called Easy Trolley. You can go to trainweb.org, and if you wish to type in that whole address, go ahead. But really, if you just search for Easy Trolley, it'll be very easy to find. And essentially what they're showing you is just different layouts that work for them, that clip together. You can see how they just have 2 tables set up. And then here's some scale drawings. That's what I needed. It's nice to look at a picture, but sometimes it's hard to really visualize, well, this is what is needed to make it happen. One thing that immediately caught my eye was right here. It was this Easy Trolley, Easy Tram, N-scale, essentially a platform with like a depot set up. The train can come in, cut across, drop off, and then pick up and go right back onto the loop. So you'll find that in just a minute. I'll show you what I've designed, but this was my inspiration. There are many more inspirations on that site. In fact, let's go ahead right now and see how I did it. I went to a website called AnyRail, anyrail.com. They have a free download that will allow you to place 50 sections of track. Not bad, right? I figure I'm on a budget. I'm not going to be able to afford more than 50 sections of track at a time, so why not go here, download it for free, let them essentially create a world for me that would look wonderful. So let me show you what I did. I took the AnyRail, and they have different track libraries where you can go and you can just drop down what you want. I chose the Tomix Y-Tram track, the Fine track, because you need that for some of the crossover pieces. They don't have them built in. I also compared that with the Unitram and the Unitrack by Cato as well, because I knew that a lot of people like to look at that. I just wanted to see what was possible. But as you can see, the majority of what I did is actually Y-Tram track, and I made a loop that can keep going. I don't have to, hover over it all day to watch what's going on, but essentially the track will just loop, come around, go back, drop things off in the city, come around. Very nice, very simple. And to just give you an idea of what the track looks like, this is what came in from Plaza Japan. I have my Fine track right here, my Y-Tram track, and as you can see, they're already, the street's already built in, so there's not much you have to really worry about when you clip them together. So I have all my tracks right here. And in just a few moments, I'm going to put this all together to show you how that train is going to look and what the whole layout's going to look like. So you'll see that in just a few moments.